Hey guys, this is Mark from jazzguitarlessons.net. Hello again, and this is another video in this series that we call Toolbox, which are the essential tools to learn how to play jazz on the guitar. And in this video, we cover a very important, if not the most important concept or topic in jazz, which is rhythms. And most of the examples we'll do today refer back to some of the chord voicings and stuff we've already done in the previous Toolbox video, so I hope you can check those out or revisit them if you've already done it. So let's get going. If you have listened to jazz in the past, and I believe you have probably if you're sitting here, right, you might have noticed that a lot of the time feel, the way the time is treated in jazz is slightly different than pop music or classical or even funk or rock, right? And this goes without saying, it's the feel that's how musicians started to develop that swing, starting with approximately the 1920s. A super brief history jazz lesson. If you're a history buff, don't take me up on this. Like I might be wrong, but Louis Armstrong, the famous trumpet player, is one of the first instigator that pioneered this style of playing that we call swing, and not just swing in the sense of the swing era or swing band, but the swing feel of playing the eighth notes is due to these musicians, starting with Louis Armstrong. So in short, swing transforms what you would play as your eighth notes in an otherwise straight rhythm. So let me just do this with my voice, and I'll do it with the guitar, and you'll see how it applies to comping. Number one, a straight eighth notes would be like this: da ga da ga da ga da ga, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And if you start to swing, however, especially if we use a triplet feel, you will swing like this: da ga da ga da ga da ga, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's a little more raggedy. It's like the and in between the numbers 1 and 2 and 3 is a bit later. It's a bit laid back. You can see these examples on the blog post, of course. Now let me just play an example of a straight stream of 8 notes versus a swung. So I'll pick just one note. You can try that with any note on your fretboard and do down, up, down, up. So that's straight: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. If you do it straight, it sounds super straight. If you do it swing, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. And of course, on the blog post, you see this written as a triplet. So you go triplet, ding, ding, because that's one of the ways you can access the swing feel. But it is very messy to write it like that. So jazz musicians, we just write swing on the sheet, and then we just write our regular eighth notes like classical musicians would do. So we just say swing above the staff, and you can assume it's going to be swing. And of course, that swing, I'll get back to that later in the video, swing is often a contrast as opposed to straight or say bossa nova or Latin. All right, so now let's go with the examples with comping. Now that we have the difference between swing and straight eighth notes out of the way, let's dig into some precise rhythms. First rhythm I want to talk about, is a Charleston. And a Charleston is a Charleston rhythm. It was a dance that was popular in the 20s, but it has nothing to do with the dance. It's just a rhythmic figure of a dotted quarter note followed by an eighth note. And this rhythm is very, very simple. You can see this on the blog post as well, but it's extremely effective because it creates syncopation and anticipation. It's a nice little rhythm. So I'll play it for you. I'll pick a C major 7 chord and go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to apply the Charleston rhythm on a progression we've already seen in the previous Toolbox video. So I believe it's called Essential Jazz Progression. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. We're going to use a simple 2-5-1 to give C major. Let's get playing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. Now that you're familiar with the Charleston rhythm, what I want to do is start to apply it when there's two chords in each bar. Now you notice we hit the D minor 7 twice, 1, 2, and 3, because D minor 7 lasts a full bar. But say in the next example we have a chord, we have a C major 7 followed by an A minor 7, which you can find in previous Toolbox videos. And that's in the same bar. So what you have to do is separate your attack. You have to go 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. So you have to do a quick change in the next chord. So what I want to do is practice the 1, 6, 2, 5 progression in the key of C major, and just do it at a slightly more challenging tempo, and see if you can quick change fast enough and maintain that rhythm, maintain the groove of the Charlestons while we do this. Let's get going. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it again. And good job. Alright, great job guys on doing the 2-5-1 in C major and 1-6-2-5 in C major with the Charleston rhythm. It should give you a good sense of what this is. Of course you can play it slower, you can play it faster, and what I recommend you do actually is go through the other Toolbox video, Essential Progressions, and use that rhythm for all of the progressions. And actually, all progressions you already know you should practice that rhythm, and make sure you practice in different keys, alright? If you want a little more work to do with the guitar, there's another video of mine that I'll try to put in here or here as a card. It's called Charleston Rhythms Swing Exercises or something like that. It's a pretty old video, but there's a lot of stuff that you can do. You can displace it, you can play it in different ways, anticipate the rhythm. So that's extracurricular work once you're more advanced with the Charlestons. And now, even in jazz, we are playing a lot of swing, but we're playing a lot of straight 8 notes as well. So what we want to do is turn our attention to typical jazz. People will say, oh, this is Latin jazz. What we'll be doing today is basically basic bossa nova patterns. You know, bossa nova is the music that came from Brazil. And what we have is a few rhythms similar to the Charleston. So we'll start with the first one. You can see on the blog that those rhythms create a lot of forward motion. And that's really what we're looking at. So this is the first rhythm I want to show you. It usually needs, it works with a progression that has 1 chord per bar. Again, we'll do 2-5-1. So let me just demonstrate the rhythm quickly before we get to the exercise. It's on C major 7. It goes like this: 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. You see there's a lot of upbeats. Those. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. So what we'll do now, we'll use this exact same rhythm at this tempo, but on the same 2-5. Don't be surprised, the G7 on the 5, it comes a half a beat earlier. So let's, you can check out these examples on the blog, and we'll get playing together for practice. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and again, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and good job. The next and final rhythm I want to show you for the straight 8 notes is a rhythm that's very effective, very simple, but that works best for when you have 2 chords per bar. So again, we will use not necessarily the 1-6-2-5, but when the chords are more crammed, there's only 2 beats each, it works very well. The previous rhythm, the first Latin rhythm, bossa nova, has things on downbeats, things on upbeats, and it's mixed up. That second rhythm is simply giving you 3 downbeats, and then it's followed by 3 upbeats. So it's like 3 down, 3 up. So you will feel somehow grounded and then feel like your foot is in the air. So like this: 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. Again, down, 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 up, up, up. It's a great little challenging rhythm, especially if you've never done any bossa nova. Or let me stop this. If you've never done any bossa nova. So let's get into the exercise right now. Well, we'll just use 2-5. 2-5, 2-5, not 2-5-1, and just loop this a little bit until you get the hang of it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and again. Da, 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 da. 3, 4 last time. So I highly recommend you practice both Latin rhythms, so the short one, the long one we started at first, and the one we just did over different progressions, especially the ones you saw in previous Toolbox videos, or even a standard. Even if you pick a standard that is not bossa nova, you can still apply that rhythm just to get in the groove and practice. Make sure you count out loud. This would be my best tip. Even people start to take private coaching with me, and all I tell them is like, count. Yeah, you have to go 1, 2, 3. You have to count out loud. Make sure you're playing the chords in the right place, which means you will play accurate rhythms, which means in turn that it will swing or it will groove, or that you will be in the pocket. So it's really crucial that you practice these things. Again, there's several other Toolbox videos that you might want to check out for scales, for chord shapes, for chord progressions, for rhythms like this. So please make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video and turn the little notification bell on. And that's it for today's lesson. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And again, I want to say a big thank you, a gratitude moment. You guys are what makes my life possible in life, meaning that, yeah, I stay up here. I won't show you the background, but I stay up here in the studio all day and I teach these lessons. I put some on YouTube. I've people following me on other coaching platforms, and I get the opportunity to have my material be sold to people that want to learn. So thank you, a big thank you for being here and leaving comments and liking and sharing the videos, and even taking some of the paid stuff as well. So for sure that helps. And I will see you soon on the blog, jazzguitarlessons.net. Improve your jazz guitar playing with a real teacher. Take care. Bye.